All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight analysis video. Okay, y'all, this was the big one. This was the big one. Big one for women's boxing and just boxing, period. This is for all of the marbles. This was for all of the marbles. This was for everything, bragging rights, all of that. Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall for Undisputed at 160. This was a great build-up to the fight. I got to get that out of the way and say that. I got to say respect to both of these ladies. You know, both Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. I think that, you know, even with all the trash talk, there was a lot of mutual respect between these two. You know, they never came to blows like Mayer and Baumgartner. There was a lot of cold stares, a lot of trash talk. But other than that, I think these two fighters, they really respected each other and their accolades, you know, especially Savannah Marshall. You know, she wanted to, you know, put herself on the map and take those belts, take those bragging rights from Claressa Shields. But Clarissa's just on another level, man. Like I was telling people, like, Savannah Marshall's got the power, and yeah, that could be a game changer. But Claressa Shields, her levels have just been growing throughout the sport. Her IQ is just so high. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have a lot of power, but she must have had something in this fight because it kept Savannah Marshall respectful. It did, you know what I mean? Like, she kept coming in this fight. You know, she kept putting pressure on, but she was eating some big shots in there that were kind of rattling her and you know, contributing to the gassing out kind of in the mid part of the fight. You know what I mean? I think Claressa Shields, she's very strong, and, you know, she puts very nice punches together, and all of that's shown in this fight. She was going to put all of that together, man, and she did that, and she earned the undisputed crown, you know, hands down. Wasn't a close fight at all. I heard the commentary this morning because I watched the fight again, and I was just kind of listening to Tim Bradley. They kind of made it seem like Savannah had the lead, even like at the end of the fight, like because Claressa was on against the ropes or, you know, kind of fighting off the back foot. I was like, how? I mean, Claressa's landing clean shots. I know the crowd reacts to everything Marshall was doing, but if you really look, Claressa was landing the better shots. Head, body, head, wherever she was going. I mean, the better jab. You know, she was landing good uppercuts on the inside. Savannah had her moments, but a lot of her shots were being blocked. You know, some of them were grazing. You know, it was kind of like the James Toney versus Vasily Jarov fight. Like, Vasily had a high work rate, but James Toney was cracking him. Same way Claressa Shields was doing in this fight. I mean, if we go back and look at the fight, Marshall, she came right out applying pressure. Like, she did dart across the ring, and she went right for it. But Shields, she just started doing well, like against, with her back close to the rope. She just kind of was stepping side to side, and she started double jabbing. And then she started cracking Marshall with those combinations. Like, she started letting combinations go and just boxing well off the back foot. So here I thought Marshall was putting on pressure, but it was Claressa that was boxing better. You know, Shields, she started establishing that body attack right away in the first round. She would start cleaving that body, going with the right hook, and then she go back to her jab, you know. So this was effective work from Claressa Shields in the first round. You know, these are 2-minute rounds, so seeing everything that Claressa's doing right away just kind of had me like, wow, you know, this is respect. You know, she knows what she has to do, and she's got 2 game plans, you know, good jab and good body work. Marshall did get one good right hand off. I think it was like in the second round, the third round, and Shields ate it well. You know, it was like a clean one, like you seen her land on some of these other fighters. As Claressa was backing up, she ate a hard right hand, went back into the ropes, but then she, you know, she recovered well. She ate that shot. You know, people were talking about Shields' power too, but I think Shields had her own, because I think she had her own moments too, because she stung Marshall a couple of times with her own shots in the pocket. You know, Marshall, she was letting her hands go, but I think Shields, she smothered a lot of that attack. So that's why she wasn't eating too much of that power. The way Marshall kind of leans in, let Shields know what angle her 1-2 was coming in at. That's why you could see Shields kind of timing her in those exchanges. She time her, then she, you know, she'd land her jab, and then she'd go back to the body, then go upstairs with a left hook to the head, you know. So every time Marshall kind of does that little herky-jerky style and she's kind of leaning to her right, she knows the angle that right hand is coming from, so she could time it, boom, come back with the right hand to the body, go upstairs. So first 3 rounds, clearly I thought Shields was just outboxing her. You know, Shields invested to the body, which would open up headshots. Marshall was always game with those rough tactics, but Shields, just a dog that never stops throwing, and her punch selection was on point. Even like in the pocket, like when she in the pocket, you know, her eyes are on Marshall's face, but she's throwing the uppercut to the body and the left hook to the body. So I'm like, wow, she's really doing well here, just putting those shots on. So first half of the fight, I had it 5-0. Marshall still game, but Shields' pace to me was just too much. Marshall trying to be physical, but Shields, like I said in my breakdown, she's a physically stronger fighter. She knows how to smother and she knows how to fire on the inside. A lot of shots were drawing the crowd from Marshall, but still not landing clean enough, I think. She landed some good body shots here and there, but still a lot of these shots weren't doing damage to Claressa. Now, round 7, I did give to Marshall. She started having more success when she was bullying Shields, kind of pushing her back into the ropes, going to the body. She landed a good double left hook, body, head, and Shields kind of took the round off. But then Shields started turning it up towards the end of the round. But I gave that round to Savannah Marshall. Down the stretch, Shields, she just weathering a lot of bullying tactics, coming with the combinations, slipping the power. Round 9, that was another Marshall round because I thought she was more aggressive. And, again, her body work was paying off a little bit. But then in round 10, the champ came back. I think Marshall just know she needed a KO and she couldn't get it. So Shields started creating more space and just landing the cleaner shots. So, yeah, I think Shields just had the better work even in round 10. So I had about 8 rounds to 2. 7-3, maybe you could see that. But I really had it 8 rounds to 2. First half of the fight, Shields just the better boxer. She took her foot off the gas in maybe like 2 rounds, and that's where Marshall had some more success. But to me, Marshall didn't really fight a good, lengthy, long fight here. And I think I know why. It came down to her speed. They didn't really work on, I don't think, any speed drills. I think their main thing here was to be physical, and that was a bad game plan because, like I've said in my breakdowns, Claressa Shields is a physically strong fighter. She knows how to tie up. She knows how to push you around as well. So that tactic wasn't going to work. Claressa Shields does that. She does that in a lot of her fights. She did that to Christina Hammer. She'll tie you up and she'll push you back. She's strong. So just because Savannah Marshall was big and long, she's just this big fighter, it wasn't a good game plan for her to fight in the pocket like that so much. She should have been trying to stay in the center a little bit more and use her timing, or, like I said, kind of flick the jab out and use her length. But she kind of smothered her power in this fight. Like I said, she had her moments, but her best power shots are when she's extending them. I said that too. My keys to victory was to be more so of a longer fighter here, but she fought more so on the inside, and that's exactly what Claressa needed. Claressa was more so deflecting these shots, like I said, like James Toney, taking a lot of the power off, the steam off. Then she come back with her shot straight up the middle and just, bust up Savannah Marshall with these combinations. So, yeah, Claressa did a great job in this fight. Undisputed champion, hands down. This wasn't a close one like Mayor Baumgartner. I thought it was a clear winner here. Savannah, good fighter, a lot of respect. There's just levels to this game. It's just levels to this game. So, Claressa, from here, she moves on. I don't know what's next for her now. I don't know if there's any other ladies that really have the skills to hang with her. I'm sure they'll find somebody to try to build up along the way. But to me, I think Claressa is the best right now. She's the best in women's boxing. She deserves to be pound for pound number 1 in women's boxing over Katie Taylor and them. So, yeah, that's how I see it. Savannah, she can go back to the drawing board and still, maybe move up to like 168, and she still got power. She can still knock a lot of girls out, make some money, pull in some checks right off of these knockouts. So yeah, man. But let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight. I thought it was a very good fight. Out of all the boxing matches, of course, the knockouts were good. Wilder, Helenius, and Caleb Plant, they were entertaining knockouts. But this one here stood for more just because it was really the best fighting the best. And again, these women are part of a new era. Got like 3 consecutive great fights between women in boxing, which we rarely see, this close together. And they've been setting an example for the men, which is crazy. It really is, y'all. So respect to the GWOAT, the new undisputed champion, Claressa Shields. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.